Hello again, Timberwolves fans. Are you ready for the explosion of Timberwolves basketball? It is Sunday, July the 8th, 2012, or 2012, or whatever we like to call it. This is episode number 79 of Timberwolves Explosion. We are back. Joey and the forecaster, Palladino and the forecaster are back. Rock and roll to talk Timberwolves basketball and, well, free agency, draft, off-season news across the great divide of the NBA, and of course our beloved Minnesota Timberwolves. There's been a lot of activity going on. But first and foremost, Timberwolves Explosion is available on the sportstuff.com and on iTunes. I thank each and every one of you always for downloading and listening to this show. Thank you again oh so very much. So yeah, there's been a lot of activity across the league. Of course, we have the draft to review a little bit. Not that the Wolves had too much to go on, so we won't talk too much about the draft. Yeah. We can kind of start across the NBA in a sense, but I guess before even free agency and before the draft, the Timberwolves traded the 18th pick to Houston for, what's his name? Oh, yeah, Chase Budinger. Yeah. Who again? No.
Exactly.
Yeah. Second round pick for the Houston Rockets. And this is getting to be a very, very, very common theme for the David Kahn era with the Timberwolves in the draft, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Anytime we don't have a pick in the top 10, it gets traded away. Every single time. I'm sorry to complain so much, but it's like, it gets a little bit goofy. Royce White would not have been available or anything, but, there were some okay players there. The $1 million question is Chase Budinger better than what we could have got there? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
Well, I would have liked to have taken a center with that 18th pick.
Yeah, it would certainly help because, well, we don't really, outside of Pekovic, we don't really have one.
Or a shot blocker.
Because, nobody on the roster really right now blocks shots. The other Wolves news, we're kind of going to be bouncing around, of course, like we always do, but it's like the current for Timberwolves free agents before we get into the, NBA Timberwolves free agent deal, like actually bringing people in, the current Wolves free agents. Michael Beasley and Anthony Randolph their options were declined. They're unrestricted free agents now. Yeah. So that's where the deal is. The only guy that really was a true shot blocker on the roster is a free agent. And that's Anthony Randolph. Aren't you excited?
Somewhat Darko, but...
Oh, that's right. He did, yeah. But he might injure his abdomen, though, trying to block a shot. Remember? Yeah. Remember that?
Yes. He might get tired.
Because he didn't even try to stay in shape. Like, he didn't even attempt to stay in shape. That's sad, isn't it? That just shows you the guy has no heart. It's like, what's his name? Bobby Knight. Bobby Knight should take Darko aside one day and pull out the chalk and draw a heart on the chalkboard and say, you don't know what this is because you don't have it. You don't have one, Yeah, Darko has no heart whatsoever. You got Fab Melo. He was available. 22nd, went to Boston. There's your center, Marcus. There's your center. He's got quite the wingspan, huh?
Yeah, we definitely could have used him.
He's awfully young, but you never know. He's got that 9'2" reach, Fab Melo. It just sounds like a nickname, doesn't it? But it's doesn't it though?
Yeah, it does.
It sounds like a nickname for Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah.
He's Fab Melo, man. No, it's a guy from, it's a very young guy named Fab Melo, who was number 22 pick for the...
that would have been a decent shot blocker. Because right now, if we get Batum, it's like Chase is he will be taking up Williams' playing time at small forward.
Be taking up, Derek Williams, because he's still here, and you got Batum.
Yeah,
or not Batum yet, but we're trying,
Yeah, and we don't have a backup center. Hopefully we won't, because Darko shouldn't be here.
Yeah, because we do not have a backup center at all. Because Darko's probably going to be amnestied. Because it's like, what else? What else can we do unless we throw him into a? I guess it's his reach, not his wingspan. Is 9'2", by the way. His wingspan 7'3". This being Fab Mello, but yeah, there is no backup center on the roster because Darko is not going to be here no matter what happens. There's just no way, Yeah. Boy, they're getting detailed in these in these drafts. Player metrics. That's kind of cool. That's like right there in front of you nowadays. Fab Mello. Unfortunately, there's one thing about Fab Mello that I do not like whatsoever, and you know what it is?
And what is that?
Can you guess? It's the jersey he wore in college. Yeah, it's very orange. Very orange. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you see where that got us.
Yes. And remember how it's like, the last thing... Remember that one night when we were like, Wesley Johnson, that's the last thing we need is another Syracuse Orangeman. Yeah. And then we're like, we were wrong. Johnson was awesome, when he was a rookie. And then the next year... he makes Corey Brewer look like Mike Tyson, out there. Yeah. I mean, it's in his like the real Mike Tyson, not the crazy one that sucks. Yeah, the real one. Yeah, that's strike two right there for Syracuse and the Wolves. So that's the one good thing about not getting Fab Mello, but the other stuff would have been kind of nice. That might have been a decent pick at 18, maybe, if you're looking for a backup center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we need it.
Yeah. A shot blocking center, potentially, or, of course, a shooting guard. And I guess we kind of got one in Buttinger.
Yeah, but seeing as how Lee... he wasn't a free agent at the time, but now that Lee's a free agent...
Talking about Courtney, right?
Yeah, Courtney Lee. Excuse me, Courtney Lee. We definitely should have signed a trade with him, maybe.
It's possible. I mean, it still could happen, too. It's still a possibility with Courtney, but you never know.
I think if he would have said, you know what, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
We could at least give him the 18th pick. Because I think...
I see what you mean.
Yeah,
yep.
We got the bad end of the deal with that.
Yeah, I see what you mean there. Yeah, I mean, that could have been an option, yeah.
Yeah, especially
definitely.
if the purpose is to get Dwight. Mm-hmm. It should be like, we should have more leverage.
Mm-hmm. Like, you want Dwight, don't you? You want to replace Hakeem? Okay, well, you're going to have to give us Courtney. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, that would have been perfect. We could have focused on Batum then, or...
Mm-hmm. Batum is definitely a guy that we want, you can tell.
Yeah.
And, it's like, I don't think either of us view him as this all-star, but he's very good. But Batum, that is Nicholas Batum, and yes, he's on the offer sheet thing, and... One little mini rant, as we're probably anything else you want to say about the draft or first before I?
No, that's about it.
Yeah, because the draft pretty nondescript. This was final take. This was the most boring draft I have ever seen.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, that was like we were like, oh my god, this is terrible.
Yeah, it was no moves.
So boring. There was like 2 trades the whole draft, like across the league.
Yeah. And
they were like, it's this guy for that guy. Wait, who again? It's not like it's this big, massive, like the 3rd pick for the 7th pick, and sign and trade or something, something very dramatic. There was absolutely nothing. And we did probably the least research this draft than we've done in I don't know how many years because we knew they're going to trade the pick.
Yeah.
So we pretty much said, We just kind of went with the names we're familiar with, like Harrison Barnes and stuff, and I think we both are like Golden State looks pretty good coming out of the draft. For once, no, they look pretty good, huh?
Yeah, it was
Harrison Barnes, and they got that Green. I keep forgetting his name. I kept calling him like Daryl Green. It's not Daryl. It's not. I don't think it's Damian either. But I think we both like him. We just can't seem to get the name right. Draymond Green, that's his name. Out of Michigan State. He's got some potential. I think Golden State's looking good coming out of the draft, but other than that, that was one hell of a boring draft.
Yeah,
I think. We were literally, both of us fell asleep, actually.
Yeah, we were thinking like something's got to happen.
Yeah, and like nothing did. It was very boring. I mean, I know certain teams probably had some fun during the draft, like Golden State. Festus, that's the other guy you liked. We were talking about off air. Yeah, Golden State got Festus, Barnes, Harrison Barnes slipping at number 7, and they get Draymond Green, who we both seem to like. He's kind of a Craig Smith type. Not bad. kind of think Golden State's the winner so far. Just from early impressions, as we like to say. But with that, probably nothing more to go on the draft. We can kind of shift to the league-wide free agency. You have Steve Nash, might as well be. Steve Nash mashing in L.A., yeah. He's going to the Lakers for a couple of first-round picks. Not bad for L.A.
Yeah, I was surprised with that one.
Mm-hmm. I didn't see it coming.
No more surprise than Ray Allen to the Heat.
Ray Allen to the Heat is another big one. Yeah, another big one. You hate it?
I do.
You hate it, don't you?
I do.
Yep.
And
I'm neutral on it. Oh, but go ahead. Yeah.
I'll say the first game, I'm thinking about the crowd, and it's probably gonna be like 5 people there to clap for him, and the rest boo because of the way he did it. Getting half and going to the Heat.
Yeah. That's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to the Heat. He just kind of turned his back on Boston in a way, didn't he? And I guess supposedly it's some type of like infighting with Rajon Rondo, but yeah, that's kind of it's a sad ending to what was kind of a fun group there.
Something else about courting Garnett first.
What happened with Garnett?
Just courting him first, getting him under contract first before him. It's kind of
get offended by it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of you would have to get Garnett first.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, like, which guy really contributed more to the Boston's run this postseason?
Yeah, and at the same time, it's kind of like, okay, no disrespect to you. We're going to get to you because we definitely want you here, but let's get him under control first because we know he's greedy. Yeah,
that's the other thing. Oh, my God. Yeah, Garnett, seriously, Kevin, come on. The guy, it seems like he just wants to squeeze every penny he can get possibly through his NBA career.
Yeah.
I mean, that was one thing I was thinking. A lot of people were like, well, Garnett's playing so well this year because he's finally healthy. To me, it's like, no. It's his contract year. And I was thinking that the whole time, like, wait a minute, it's his contract year. I mean, I really, conveniently, yes, Kevin, you got healthy at the right time, didn't you? Very convenient. Still winds up with $13 million a year when he's 36 years old. Which, come on,
too much.
Yeah, it's like, come on, you're not. Yeah, I mean, Shaq made ridiculous money, but that's partially because the contract was so long from like way earlier in his career. But it seems like, you need cap space. Well, you got to pay me first. Then you can worry about your cap space. That's kind of how Garnett's been since the beginning, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Since '97 when he signed the $125 million contract. Excuse me, I'm having trouble breathing again. Always coughing or burping or something. Excuse me, guys. I shouldn't even say that. But, yeah, I mean, it's been an interesting offseason so far. Dwight Howard has not been traded yet. But the New Jersey Nets and the Hawks and all them have been active.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's going to the Nets, but hearing about the Hawks having... because he is supposedly best friends with Josh Smith.
Oh, Dwight?
So there's possibility that he might go, and he's from there. From Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
So,
yeah, that's still a possible destination. It looks like, as of this moment, it seems like the whole, and I called them New Jersey Nets. Sorry about that, Rusty, of the crossover. The Brooklyn Nets, excuse me. The Brooklyn Nets are now like on the verge of something, it sounds like, with literally as we speak, like it's happening right now with Cleveland, the 3-team trade. But, yeah, I mean, Atlanta is clearly... trying to do what the Minnesota Wild and the Miami Heat did in the NBA and NHL the last 3 years. Clear up $1 trillion in cap space to try to make a big run for multiple people, or at least one big one. Because Joe Johnson's $122 million contract is now on the Brooklyn Nets. So that possibility does still exist. Yet now, I guess the Nets possibly could be trying to form their little super team with Joe Johnson. Darren Williams is re-signed. He said that Joe Johnson acquisition was a huge reason why he's re-signed with Brooklyn. And now Dwight Howard, as we speak, could be nearing his way to the subway town. in the Brooklyn, New York. Yes, sir. Trying to say it's a me Mario in Brooklyn. Okay, sorry. Yep, it's that sounds like that's exactly where he wants to go. That Atlanta, Georgia. You'd think he would at least consider the thought of it.
Yeah.
And they had Dikembe Mutombo, no, another big name center at the time. In Dikembe's career, went to Atlanta from Denver.
Yeah, I think I would rather play in Atlanta with that team.
Yeah.
Than the Nets.
I don't know. I've always kind of been a not really closet. You in my videos on YouTube, you'd always see me with a retro Hawks hat on because I love the logo and the feel of the Dominique era. But yeah, Atlanta's kind of a cool place. And again, sorry, Rusty, but the Nets to me just have not really been the most exciting team over a long period of time, except for the little NBA Finals runs they had back in 02, 03. I guess now, though, it's the whole Brooklyn thing and the cajillion-dollar owner, the richest owner in the league.
Yeah.
Proki, as they call him.
Yeah, I'm sure he
Prokhorov, yep.
Wouldn't mind slipping some money under the table.
Proki, yep. The owner, yeah, definitely.
Some bonuses in the contract.
Dwight, we're going to make you an offer you cannot refuse. Okay, sorry, because the Russian, Yeah, the Russian mafia. There you go. Okay, now I just got myself in big trouble. It's like, Joey, better edit that out. No. But, that possibility is getting closer and closer. He must be intrigued by the Brooklyn market, I guess. He's the most obnoxious SOB in the league. Dwight Howard. So who do you... I'm kind of neutral on LeBron just because I don't know, I've liked the Heat since Dwayne got there about 8 years ago, and all of them came in the league. But right now, because I know you have a big disdain for LeBron and Dwight. Like, who do you dislike the most between those two?
I'm not gonna like. I would have to say they're different types of different people.
Yeah, they're really different. Really different.
LeBron just came out and embarrassed everybody in his hometown and just said it.
Yeah. Taking my talents.
Dwight got a couple guys fired.
Yeah.
It's
like they both kind of did the finger to lots of people.
Yeah, it's the way they did it. LeBron feels entitled to stuff. I don't think Dwight does.
Yeah, whereas Dwight is just kind of, I don't know what to think of it. It's like, I want to leave, but I don't want to leave, but I want to leave, but I don't want to leave. But when we all know he's going to.
Yeah, it's like he's a big kid.
Yeah, Dwight?
And it's going to get worse because it's like he wants to be liked.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, during the playoffs, he act like he was, like Clark Kent.
Oh, yeah, a few years ago. Yep, back in 09.
He should be a lot more serious in this, so trying to crack jokes right now.
That was terrible.
Yeah, I don't know.
Was that Lois Lane thing, too, you were talking about?
I think it might be LeBron, because it's like he knows better, but he just doesn't care. Dwight is just screwing people over. I think Dwight, I don't know. I don't know.
With me, it's Dwight. Yeah, because I just hate phony people. I hate phonies. Like more than anything. Just like the guy who looks a lot like Mario. By the way, that's the guy who should be coaching Brooklyn.
You think so,
Mr. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, of course not. I'm just teasing because you think of him in Brooklyn, even though he's not like a New Yorker, he just looks like one. Stan Van Gundy. No. He looks like Mario, but we all like to say the Super Van Gundy brothers. But Dwight or Jeff, excuse me, I can't talk. Stan Van Gundy said the thing he's most afraid of is bull crap. Obviously, he said the whole thing, but that's kind of how I feel too. Because Dwight, it's just a bunch of bull. Where behind the scenes, we got to get rid of this coach. They're not getting anywhere. We have to get rid of him. And then and then in front of the camera, oh, Stan's a good coach. Yeah, I'd never say anything like that about him. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
And it's just, I'll just say it. Yeah, it's like bullshit, Dwight. Come on, Oh, nice. What? It's a bunch of hooey, really. To be honest, that's a different word. But there we go on Dwight again. Another Dwight rant, right? And LeBron. Yeah, I mean, LeBron's attitude improved, I think, in the postseason a little bit versus last year when he was basically like, he just basically came out and said, oh, well, you can say all this mean stuff about me, but guess what? I'm going back to my gajillion-dollar life, and you're going back to your, 9 to 5, if 9 to 5, a crappy shift job, maybe third shift or second shift or something. Yeah, that was really bad. Like, that was the worst thing you could say to your fans.
Yeah, I'm sure his handlers got to him after that, and that's why I think this season it was like, okay, if you win this, you got to change your image. Mm-hmm. I think that's what this is all about, especially when he was talking.
Oh, yeah.
I still don't like him.
You still don't like it? Yeah, as a person. Yep. Yep. I mean, definitely has some major flaws going on over there. I mean, at least there's a slight improvement. Hopefully you can keep working on it. Yep, another topic we're going to get to when we slide into the Wolves is, Kevin Love. We'll get to that shortly. Yep. Literally breaking. There's been story breaking as we speak again, but trying to think of any other major off-season stuff we need to get to. Nash going to the Lakers. We covered that a little bit. That's there's not too much to say other than it does improve them.
Yeah,
It does greatly improve them. If we stay on the Lakers briefly, Bynum was supposedly at some point possibly going to Orlando in a Dwight Howard attempt, but that's starting to literally fade off before our eyes.
Yeah, because they're both free agents at the same time.
Yeah. So, and that's, and I guess it looks like the whole New Jersey thing's more like, Brooklyn thing is going to happen more than the LA thing with Dwight.
Yeah. Why? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, other than maybe the Kobe Dwight thing. This town's not big enough for the two of us, And then there's the other guy that plays in L.A. who looks an awful lot like my twin nephews, just a lot older and a lot taller. Pau Gasol.
That's
Remember? Yeah. He does look like them, honestly, which is hilarious. But, Pau Gasol was, at a point during this offseason, looked very likely he was going to be playing about 3 miles from here in Target Center.
Yeah.
It really looked like it was about to happen, but that has completely stopped. It's just dried up completely. Literally shriveled up like a grape on a hot sunny day.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, because that was $38 million in just 2 years. That's a lot of cap space, like gone. If we did that acquisition, Pau Gasol, and then we would have had the classic. Position kerfuffle like we always seem to have going on. We already have it going on with Derek Williams. Of course, he would have been a part of a Pau Gasol deal, apparently. Pau Gasol and I think Derek Williams in a trade exception maybe would have been part of it. We would have had a kerfuffle, though, with, the Pekovic, Pau, and Love. You can only, there's 2 spots there. There's not 3 for those guys. Nobody's playing small forward in that group. So there you go. Yeah, but it looks like that's probably dead. I think both of us are probably like, it would have immediately improved the team, but long term, I think it would have been one of those Sprewell Cassell type deals where we look good for a short time and then kaboom, Teams like to rush. It seems like the local teams like to rush too much. Granted, the Wolves have stuck for 7 years, but still. It's like we're on the verge of a solid improvement, and then you do something like that could kill the little growth tree that was finally coming up. It could. So yeah, what do you think of Michael Beasley heading to Phoenix for $18 million, 3 years?
I wish him luck.
$18 million.
Do you? Wish him luck. Yeah.
Do you like it?
It was a pretty decent contract that they gave him, but for here it was just way too much. for his inconsistency.
Yeah, over $8 million. We would have had to guarantee him $8 million next year to do the the tender deal. So I'm glad we didn't do that. That would have been a big mistake. He needs to just kind of he needs to focus. That's his biggest issue. He's not like a bad guy out there beating people up and driving drunk or anything that I know of. I hope not, but he. If he could focus, he could still be a pretty good player. And of course, Phoenix. I think Elvin Gentry is probably a decent fit for him. Actually,
I think
Maybe.
It's more of he needs like I want to say Kobe, or like a Oakley.
Oh yeah,
type of personality around him, so there's no slacking off.
Yeah, you could have beat him down, Charles Oakley.
Yeah, and I don't think Phoenix has that at all.
Yeah,
Maybe Grant if he stays there, but I don't think Grant's the type. I don't think BZ would take Grant seriously.
He's not really tough. He's kind of wimpy looking, I think, Grant Hill. He looks wimpy to me. And then, of course, the other guy who could have been a decent team captain is now Hollywood bound. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
The guy that's like one of the best assist men we've seen in our generation. At age 37 already, Steve Nash. Oh, yeah, and one other major move. The guy that we would have liked to come to the Wolves that's potentially going to Phoenix, maybe. I mean, it's not a done deal. Sign and trade offers, or not sign and trade, an offer sheet signed by the Suns and Eric Gordon.
Yeah.
Yeah, a max deal, 4 years, 58. Well, there you go. The Suns pull that off. Whoa,
Yeah.
And Eric Gordon's doing the same thing Batum is. It's like, do not match the deal. Do not match it. Leave me alone. And that's what Batum is doing with Portland right now. There have been like 3 or 4 articles where Nic Batum is like, I am not emotionally invested in your franchise. I want to go to Minnesota. And it's like, whoa, that's a bit... It's my heart is not with you. It's in Minneapolis. It's kind of funny when they talk like that, isn't it?
Yeah. I think the Blazers are a little different than New Orleans. I don't think they don't want Batum here. They don't want to help us in any way.
Portland wants to kill us, I think.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. Yes, there's a free agent signing the Wolves are going to get for sure. This one's a guarantee. We'll get to it very soon. Because Nic Batum and Eric Golden, I keep saying that because the Clippers podcast used to be on the show, hosted by a cool guy. I miss that guy. I miss him. Man. Missed that show. There's a Clipper podcast on your Clipper Talk, that's right. So, Nic Batum and Eric Golden both want out of where they're at currently. I'm not sure what New Orleans is going to do. I think New Orleans has to match, really. If they can, I think they have to. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Just you got Anthony Davis,
I don't know, but you have Rivers.
Oh, that's right. They came out pretty strong too.
That was another good draft.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, New Orleans and Golden State. Yeah, I think the Warriors and the Hornets came out pretty good.
So I think they'll rather do a sign and trade because they don't really need Gordon. Gordon is a really good player, but you would think they want to give Rivers some time.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I mean, and the $1 million question is Rivers a point guard or a shooting guard? And that's where it kind of depends. And even, I mean, Gordon's height isn't very. Yeah, he's not the tallest guy in the world, is he? At the shooting guard spot, he's kind of a small shooting guard.
And again, do they want to go back into the draft next season? Is it like another tank time for next season? Oh
yeah.
Because if you have Gordon, it might be a little too good.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all depending on how well Davis and Rivers are for the season.
Yeah, because if they click, who knows? That could really be something. I think they got the brow. So we got him already over there patenting the deals or whatever with that whole eyebrow thing. The unibrow, excuse me, the unibrow. He's already doing patents for that. It's kind of funny. It's like he's got to have a nickname for something. Like, what's next? The wrinkle or something? I don't know. Or the mole? I don't know. On your nose or something? I don't know. Guys are getting goofy with their nicknames. So, yes. Batum, Yeah, I mean, Batum has signed an offer sheet with the Wolves. Not officially until the 11th, because that's another rant we can get into. Why do they got to do this? Why can't they just let July 1st be the free agency? Why do they got to do this to us? It's torture, isn't it?
There's too many other moves going on. We can't. You'd rather get this over with so we know what's what.
Yeah, it's torture, because like in hockey, July 1st, boom, free agency is open and we're ready to go. You know, of course, the Wild had to wait a couple of days, but they got exactly who they wanted. Check out Brave the Wild at sportstuff.com and on iTunes. I recorded that show earlier today where we talked about Zach Parise and Ryan Suter additions. They did like a miniature Miami Heat. Not the major Miami Heat, but a miniature version. They got the two best free agents in all of the NHL this year. So, crazy exciting there. But, yeah, in hockey, boom, you can start signing people on July 1st. In basketball, nope, you got to wait till the 11th. It used to be the 15th. They slashed it down 4 days, but only 4. So we have to wait until the 18th to even have Batum sign the offer sheet, even though we've known about it for like 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
And it's just torture. And then Portland has 3 days instead of 10. That's the difference. They have 3 days instead of 10 to match it. Same with New Orleans. And the other $1 million question with the whole Batum thing is Roy Hibbert. Portland Trailblazers have... actually, that's not official, but they're... Sure. I don't think they actually even... Or I guess nothing is. Even the Batum one isn't official. They haven't done pen to paper yet, but... Yeah, they're trying to do a max offer sheet for Roy Hibbert in Portland. And does that hinder the Blazers' chances of matching Batum? It's like, I would say yes, absolutely. Because, I mean, that's a max deal. It's going to change things. They already have LaMarcus Aldridge, so...
Yeah.
I got to think that would hinder the chances of Batum returning to Oregon. And then the Wolves actually have a few issues going on as well, where actually we might not have enough space to do that $50 million deal without getting rid of Webster and Brad Miller or Darko, of course, via amnesty. I think amnestying Darko would be enough space at that point. And that's obviously going to happen at some point. The Wolves, they accept the offers, they opt in or whatever with... Marshall Webster and Brad Miller, just to use those as potential trade chips. I don't think Marshall Webster plays here. I hope not. That's the only reason they accepted his offers, to use him as an expiring.
Yeah. Hopefully we can use that.
Oh, I hope so. I'm getting impatient.
Yeah, because I think it's just like love. I think it's too much of a risk. Because now you're betting on other teams worrying about their cap space.
Mm-hmm.
And
I hope they do.
Yeah, so we'll just be stuck with them.
Oh, wouldn't that be awful? I mean, the good news is, I guess, at worst case scenario, we could do the same thing the other team would, where it shows up as a $5 or $6 million around. Was it $5.5 million? But you only have to pay $600K to get rid of him.
Yeah.
It's funny when as we always say, it's like $600K is chump change in the NBA. To us, it's like, oh my God, it's like winning the Gopher 5, you know?
I think it would be better if we package them, in order to get, if the Blazers want to do a sign trade and to get Batum or Iguodala.
Yeah. You would think they could do something like that.
Yeah.
You would think. I mean, Portland's being really, really stubborn about it. Like, they sound like they just want to, poison us. No matter what they... Yeah,
they might even be putting
us
off the whole Hibbert thing until, Batum's re-signed or not signed.
Mm-hmm. They might have to. I mean, if they really want to keep him so bad without working with us, it's complicated, isn't it?
Because their focus could be Hibbert the whole time,
and
this is just so we pay Batum more.
Oh, that could be. That could be. They're just trying to screw our cap situation up. So, no, that's it. You think you're making all these great moves, do you? Well, you're done making moves now. Yep, you're done. You got your Batum. No, but we got Roy. We got Roy, me boy. And that would make an awesome front line, by the way, in Portland. They got a nice shooting guard in Wesley Matthews. They got a point guard in the draft, that Gilliard. They got their backup center. Forget who that guy was they took. I'm forgetting the name, but it's There he is. It is Meyers Leonard. Yep, Meyers Leonard out of Illinois, 11th overall. Yeah, they got, that's another team that might come out pretty good in the draft, by the way. They have the 6th and the 11th pick in the draft. Yeah. It's going to be really interesting to see how this all shapes out in the end here. Was Roy Hibbert going to be a Pacer or a Blazer, Batum, Minnesota, or back to Portland? After all that, should the Wolves not get to acquire Nicholas Batum, there is a backup plan. Do you know what it is?
Yeah, but I don't really like it.
Yeah, it's Brandon Rush, apparently. Yep, this was coming on Twitter earlier today. It's a Rip Kopchella website. It's a Give Me the News. It's in the sports section of it. So I'm citing them. I'm not breaking the story, but I might be breaking it to some people listening. Because not everybody really pays attention on Twitter all the time. And it's one of the more obscure sites, but it's interesting. Brandon Rush is potentially the guy that will be the plan B for whoever loses out in the Batum battle. The battle for Batum, we could call it, is Portland and Minnesota. So, Brandon Rush. Yeah. 13th overall, Portland, of all teams, years ago, which is just getting weird. 13th overall, Brandon Rush scored 9 points against the Wolves earlier in the year. Yes. Yep, I was looking at his little stat line against the Wolves earlier in the year. He made 1 of 4 threes. He has averaged over, he's got some bad games in there. He's got some...
the top teams.
Yeah, he's got some Wesley Johnson-type numbers in there, but still better than Wesley, though. 41% three-point shooter for his career, averaged 9.8 a game last year as a member of the vaunted Golden State Warriors. Man, terrible game against OKC, by the way. Only 18 minutes, 1 of 6 from the floor. Yuck. He's got some doozies. He's kind of an up and down guy. I like him more than some people because he can go off a little bit. I mean, I think he's better than Wesley Johnson and Ellington, guys like that. Nigel Southern on Twitter also, so there's Aussie Wolf. Nigel Southern had a tweet out there to me right when I mentioned the Brandon Rush deal, another horrible showing against OKC, a 7-point game in January. But yeah, he was saying how it's not a plan B, it's more of a plan D to me. He was telling me, like, why would you want Rush? Yeah. Sounds like you agree strongly.
Yeah, it's not doing anything against the top teams.
So it's like he's a guy who can... Oh, my stars. A scoreless game against the Spurs, yep. That's pretty bad. And that's when the Spurs defense was really bad early in the year. A scoreless game. So, yeah, it looks like both of you have a pretty strong point. You and Nigel right there. Because I was defending him a little bit because I like the 41% three-point shooting. But, yeah, it looks like he's just a specialist, and that's it. Specialists can get shut down.
Yeah. But, yeah. And against teams in our division.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because that's the teams we're going to be playing.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah. You got to beat Oklahoma and Denver and guys like that. Portland, of course. Yeah, Portland gave me at 14. That's not as bad. Memphis, actually okay, but didn't play much. He's an up and down guy. He'll score 20 and he'll score 5. That's the problem. That's why in the end he's averaging about 9.5 a game over his career, or 9 a game, we could say.
Yeah, because now you got to think of what after how Love feels about this now.
Yeah,
and I don't think that'll make Love happy. Brandon Rush.
It's not enough. Batum. I mean, yeah. I wonder how he feels about Batum, because that's a huge story right now on Yahoo Sports. Kevin Love is losing patience. Yes, sir, big time, and that's on. That's on Yahoo right now. He is majorly losing patience. As is Adelman. And Adelman's been here 1 year. Love's been here 4. It's beginning. Yeah, the pressure's on, unfortunately. And we kind of knew this was coming from Love, didn't we?
Yeah.
We knew it was coming. Oh, and by the way, should I mention his name?
Oh, go ahead.
The newest Timberwolf? Yeah, should I?
Nope.
Old Bone on Bone himself. Okay, that's really bad, but that didn't sound very good, did it? But, hey, I like it. I like it, in terms of the low-risk, high-reward. Brandon Roy is your newest Timberwolf. Brandon Roy. The same Brandon Roy. You like it?
Well, it depends on how his knees are.
It does. It does.
Playing very, very limited minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could be anywhere from 15 to 25-ish. Basically, we could say 20. Brandon Roy, I don't know. Do you like it though? Do you feel kind of? I'm enjoying it. Honestly, I love it, and you always know we watched him live get drafted by the Wolves, 6th overall, back in 7th overall back in. He was 6th. I'm stupid. Back in 2006. I'm getting him and Corey Brewer and all them mixed up. Oh man, yeah. Courtney Lee did a lot better against Oklahoma than Brandon Rush. See, we already have a guy named Brandon on the roster. Dang it.
Yeah, we don't need more.
And what's also kind of cool, Derek Williams immediately. And I still remember, I love Twitter. And I was saying that on Brave the Wild because I was watching that story break on Twitter. I was watching the two big-time hockey players come into the Wild on Twitter. I also watched the Brandon Roy story break on Twitter. I watched it before my eyes because I was screwing around on my Wolves Explosion. By the way, it's twitter.com/Wolves Explosion. Wolves, not Timberwolves, because it doesn't fit on Twitter. But I was just screwing around, and they're just looking for NBA stuff. And it was like, Brandon Roy has his sources, Brandon Roy has chosen Wolves. And then it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And, it went from, what's his name now? Aldrich was like, oh, no, his agent said it's not happened, or that he hasn't made a decision yet. And then it's like family member says Roy has chosen Timberwolves. And the next thing you know, Brandon Roy himself texts saying, I'm so glad to be back. I'm a T-Wolf. It's like, yep, there you go.
Should have been here in the first place.
And he should have been here in the first place. He was a Wolf.
And for those of you who say McHale made the right choice.
Because of the knee on knee or bone on bone, yep.
I think eventually we would have sold high.
Yeah, if we were smart. Yep.
That would have been the difference. Mm-hmm. We would have sold them, we would have sold high and would have gotten them better pieces. Mm-hmm. Instead of keeping them until the problem that McHale knew was going to happen eventually did happen. I think we'd have been better off keeping them than selling high.
That's a good point, because Portland got nothing. And I know they're bitter as you-know-what right now. I mean, that team hates us more than anybody right now. And there's no doubt.
Yeah.
They hate us so much. Batum, Roy, they hate us. Ugh. They're like, you lucky sons of, you screwed up so many times, yet you're coming ahead out of this? What? Yeah. That ain't right. They're all pissed off. They got the Greg Oden, Roy, and Batum maybe losing them, maybe losing him to us as well. They're pretty pissed over there, I think, just a little bit. Think about what they could have had if things panned out health-wise with Oden and Roy. Holy cow. With Aldrich. With Wesley Matthews, Jeez, that could have been a hell of a team. Oh, and we also got Telfair. Yeah.
That's right.
Isn't that funny? We also had Telfair for a little while, who was a former Blazer. I mean, yeah, I like Brandon Roy a lot. I mean, how can you not? I used to hate watching him torch us.
Oh, yeah, that was torture.
That was literally torture. He was just, it would every time he played against us, he was just like, swish, swish, swish. It's like, come on, man.
And here we are with Foy.
And there we were with the most ineffective guy you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Especially when he goes to his left. That was a huge tell across the league. If you get Randy Foy to go left, he's dead. It's like putting, yeah.
And all these guys are becoming, a lot of these guys are becoming free agents. When you think, like Sessions, do you think he's able to get anything near what he turned down?
Mm-mm. Probably not. I mean, he wasn't that good with LA, really.
No, he wasn't.
He was a letdown.
Especially in the playoffs, he disappeared.
Yeah, it was a huge letdown with LA. And now he's still floating out there. Like, where's he going to go? I got a home for him. If he wants it. Probably won't happen, though. Yeah. Houston. Since nobody wants to play for McHale all of a sudden. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
Buttinger was saying, oh, man, it was so good when Edelman was in Houston. Now it's like, I got to get out of here. And they came here, coming here, he's all excited because he's back with Edelman. Kyle Lowry basically was like, get me out of here.
Yeah.
That's weird. All of a sudden, nobody wants to play for him. It's kind of funny. So, yeah, Kyle Lowry's headed to the Raptors. Yuck. You'd rather play for the Raptors than the Rockets? Okay. I guess Dwayne Casey's, well, yeah, he'd be easier to play for than McHale, probably. Kind of funny, though. McHale fired Dwayne Casey at one point in time. Ooh. What do you think of that? It's like Dwayne Casey took Kyle Lowry from McHale. There you go. That's a guy I love, by the way. If you guys have been listening to this show the last 4 years, Kyle Lowry is a Joey guy. I think Kyle Lowry'd like me more if I was the coach. Okay, sorry. No, maybe. Maybe he'd get sick of me within like a week. Who knows? Courtney Lee, though, yep, that's a free agent we're looking at as well. He's still out there.
Yeah, he definitely should be the backup plan.
Mm-hmm. He'd be a better backup plan than Brandon, wouldn't he? The other Brandon, the bad Brandon. The good Brandon's here already. But
I don't know. I
like
would
Courtney
go after
Lee.
him first.
Courtney Lee versus Batum?
Yeah, because if we get Batum, we're still going to need a shooting guard. I don't think...
he's not really a
Luke
guard.
is the answer at shooting guard. Mm-mm. But if we get Courtney Lee, at worst, Williams can get time at a small forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing. Oh, yeah, and
Chase.
Bunninger. Yep, Chase Bunninger. Yep. Yeah, we kept thinking it was Bunninger, but it's actually Bunninger, according to the source himself.
Yeah.
There's no better source than the actual guy. Yeah, we're trying to get all these rockets. The rockets' red glare, shooting those bombs in the air, the three-pointers.
It's a fire sale with them.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's leaving and going all over the place because I guess they hate McHale. I guess. For God knows what reason. Yeah, maybe just they saw what he did as a GM. Maybe they think he's even worse as a coach. I don't know. But Courtney Lee's kind of bounced around a bit from Orlando and such. New Jersey, New Jersey at the time. Talented guy. Always liked him. He can definitely fly. He can shoot.
Definitely score.
He can definitely
against
score.
Top teams.
Yeah.
Unlike Rush.
Brandon Rush. Royce Wright, by the way, is going to actually probably end up replacing Courtney Lee over there in Houston. Sounds like the Celtics are after him. I've heard absolutely nothing about O.J. Mayo where he could be going. It seems like he's vanished.
Yeah.
Does everybody hate him, or is he just kind of sitting on his hands right now waiting for something? I'm not sure what's going on. Supposedly the Wolves have inquired about O.J. as well, which I would be just... you can see a smile like go from ear to ear if O.J. Mayo were to sign with Minnesota. That would be just thrilling as you know what.
Yeah, I was still want to go after Lee over
Courtney?
Yeah, over Mayo.
Over Mayo? Really? Look at you. Okay, sorry. Well, he'd probably be cheaper, right? Maybe not. So you really like Lee, huh?
Yeah.
You must really like Lee. Yeah, not that OJ's proven anybody like that he's a superstar, but seems to be a pretty versatile guy. I mean, he's been a versatile guy over the years. There's another move that I didn't mention. Jason Terry is a Celtic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's kind of cool.
I like that move.
That's cool. That's a good move. That's a legit, real big-time move by Boston.
Yeah.
Not bad. I mean, I think it helps replace Ray Allen in terms of, the three-pointers, at least, at minimum.
Yeah.
And he's more spry on his feet than Ray is at this point. Ray Allen was not doing so good against the Heat in the East, which is kind of funny. He wasn't doing that great. There was another one out there somewhere blowing my head. It's just going over my head. I didn't write much down. Just wanted to come in and talk about the whole season here, or off season, excuse me. OJ Mayo, yeah. I mean, he was also another guy that was possibly going to Boston. Now we're hearing nothing at all. Not sure what's going on. I mean, I almost forgot about Brandon Rush. That's the funny part. Until I saw the article, I'm like, oh, yeah, Brandon Rush, that guy. Yep, the forecaster's in love with Courtney Lee. Batum's a 40% guy as well, by the way, from three range.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about Mayo.
Yeah, the worst part about OJ that can scare you is it seems like year by year by year you see a decline with OJ, and that's crazy.
I don't know if it's the way the team's built with the point guards and Rudy coming back.
Mm-hmm, the shooting guards like Tony Allen and all them.
Yeah,
Tony Allen worked out nice.
They did.
Amazing deal, Tony Allen in Memphis. That is like a marriage made in heaven. That guy had a bad ACL injury when he was with Boston years ago, but it seemed like it took him like a year or so, like you'd expect for him to kind of come back and be a solid player, and he turned out to be like better than I could have imagined. Great addition by Memphis. That's really helped them become a playoff team over the years. Batum is a guy we're still looking at. I mean, we've heard his name a million times. Terrible numbers against Oklahoma. 40 minutes, only 6 points. 6 points. So yeah, we seem to be gauging against Oklahoma a 13-point effort in March. They had 2 games in March. The first one was ugly. He scored 9 points against the Wolves in 32 minutes. And
then his next shot.
And he had 29 against the Wolves. There you go. That's what David Kahn said. He's coming here. We're going to go after Batum. Yes, sir. 9 of 17 from the floor. So, he's, to me, really the impression I get out of Batum and what I've kind of thought from the whole time, up and down.
Yeah.
He's up and down. He could blow up, and he can also not do that much. You're going to get a 6-point game here and there.
Like 3 good games, and
then not much, yeah. And then a couple of bad ones. It's like 3 and 2-ish, right?
Yeah.
Maybe 3 good and 2 bad. So, is that worth 45 to 50 million? Maybe, maybe not. Depends on potential, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would Kevin Love be? That's the other thing. You don't want to just marry Kevin Love here and be like, oh, if Kevin Love's not happy, we gotta blow up the team, stuff like that. Or
just get anybody.
Yeah. That's the thing. Yet at the same time, though, would Kevin Love be happy with Batum or an OJ Mayo type move, or what's the deal? I can't imagine a Chase Buninger move. Got Kevin Love dancing for joy.
Plus, I don't think the way Love's personality is, I don't think it'll gel well with Mayo's.
Ooh, yeah, that's a problem.
Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think Love will he's kind of like the, from stuff I saw, kind of seems like a jerk.
Kevin Love?
Yeah, in some ways. It's kind of like he'll do something,
yeah,
but act like, oh, you shouldn't, what I just said to you, but it wasn't that bad.
Love?
Joking.
Yeah. He'll just kind of say something he's not supposed to say.
Yeah.
Like, that means you're getting traded. If you just got, the whole Beasley thing a couple years ago. Oh, you got Kevin Garnett's old locker? Oh, that means you're getting traded.
Yeah, stuff like that. Or, team's playing better. Oh, yeah, Beasley's not here.
Yeah, he did say kind of stuff. Oh, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you say something like that to Mayo, I don't think that'll go over well.
Mm-mm. Mayo's does have character issues, which that could be why we're not hearing as much as we were initially. He does have character issues. Yeah. It's been documented over there in Memphis, and that's probably why they didn't tender the offer for him. They just kind of said, "It's been nice. It's been nice. We got Tony."
Yeah.
That's kind of the impression we're getting. But yep, articles all over. Article sprawled all over Yahoo Sports, right on the top of it. Kevin Love is losing patience with the Timberwolves. The thing is, it's how much patience can you lose when your starting point guard tore his ACL and MCL, and you had a concussion issue.
Yeah, he's saying he no longer fears. He doesn't want to hold it back. He'll say anything now.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like if you're saying that, and other free agents are kind of like, okay, if you're feeling that way, because we know it's because the team's losing.
Yeah.
But when the top guys are saying all this,
mm-hmm.
It's common sense if you're the owner that you're going to make moves. You need to make moves. So it's no point in you and Kevin Love saying it like that.
Mm-hmm.
This comes off as like he's complaining.
Again, that's something he was doing so much before too. Or just a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I want to be a starter. The Olympic team respects me way more than the Wolves. It's like, not this again. So now it's starting up again.
Yeah, you don't need to tell Khan he needs to make moves. I'm sure he knows that already.
Yeah, as crazy as Khan is, and some of his draft night moves that make you just want to hurt yourself almost. Like, they make you nuts. So the cash and all that stuff. We're going to trade down 18 times so we can raise up $4 million to fire Kurt.
Yeah.
To get rid of one of his years.
Yeah, Brooks should have been here.
Brooks. Yes, sir.
Marshawn Brooks.
That guy's better than Brandon Rush. Oh, Marshawn Brooks versus Brandon Rush.
He was there. I'm thinking, oh, for sure. We need a shooting guard. Why wouldn't we?
Yeah, we passed on him twice.
Every time I cross our fingers, like, they didn't pick him.
Here it comes.
Yep. Oh, are they going to get him? Nope, it was our turn.
There we go. Trade for the 29th pick in cash. Traded down into the second round for cash. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Speaking of trading down and all that foolishness, the Wolves, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? The Al Jefferson trade is complete. You know what we got for Al Jefferson? You know what we got? We got some cap space that we haven't really used yet. Well, maybe we'll use it to get Batum, maybe. But we got Malcolm Lee and Chase Budinger for Al Jefferson. Hello? Malcolm Lee, hello? Who might not be in the league 2 years from now. Maybe not, but hasn't shown enough to say he's going to be. And Chase Budinger, who's a 9 points a game, sharpshooting tweener, guard forward, wing, we should just call him, who I think does have a place in this league. He does, but he's a free agent. That's another rant that you got into a little bit earlier. He's a free agent anyway after the year.
Yeah.
Where the thought that you had was we could have signed him anyway if we really wanted him so much.
Yeah, after the season. Could have got a decent center from the draft. Just re-sign him next season.
Yeah, we could have tried to acquire him in free agency because he's probably not going to demand that much. I don't know if it's going to be the amount of the 18th pick range. Maybe not, but...
Yeah, I don't see any other team scrambling to pick him up.
And no, we're not trying to be negative. I know 2 years ago we had we were pretty frustrated and pretty upset, and I remember last year we were really annoyed at that cash crap. Granted, I can understand when you're losing $20 million a year and you're firing a coach that you owe like $10 million to, but still firing a $10 million piece of garbage in Kurtz, but still that was extremely frustrating. This year this is a playoff team, I think. I don't think there's any doubt if Rubio's healthy.
Yeah.
And if Roy... that's the biggest key of them all is Rubio. And then Roy's the next key, I think.
Yeah. We can't
Brandon.
do it with Brea.
No.
As much as it's a little spurts, it's just he gets out of control sometimes. He thinks he's the best player on the team.
He does. He was out there playing like an Antoine Walker type, Yeah. Of course, different position, but yeah. Marshawn Brooks' numbers were better than Courtney Lee's. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I was trying not to.
Not trying to look.
Yeah. I was trying to not even. Brooks just didn't exist.
He's breaking your heart, isn't he?
Yeah, I didn't watch any of the Nets games.
Mm-hmm. And that's a sad part. We're always looking at all these guys we could have had. Could have had this, could have had, and Jordan Crawford's numbers are actually better than all of them. That's the other one. Remember the I'm sorry to make you even more mad. Yep. 2010 draft. Yep, when we traded down a couple times again. Yeah.
But Jordan Crawford's right there. Let's get him.
Gone. Yep. We kept trading away. Yeah, that was the guy that was the athletic Craig Smith. That was Marty Booker. Or no, not Marty Booker, but something Booker. Marty Booker's a football player. It was Booker. Trevor Booker, I think, or Terrence or something. It was with a T. That ended up going to the Wizards, and then eventually that...
Yeah, I liked Booker, too.
Yeah, he was good. He's actually an okay player. Ultimately, they wound up with Jamal, and he's like a 16-points-a-game player. Or not Jamal, Jordan. Excuse me. Jamal Crawford, by the way, headed to the Clippers for a lot of money. That was the other move I was going to get to. I kept forgetting. A lot of money. The Clippers. So I'm okay with the Wolves not getting Jamal as much as I liked him. He's a little bit too much of a gunner for my liking. A little bit of McCants in him. And was it 4 years, 25? That's a bit steep, I think, for a guy who's my age. A guy who's my age who's not like exactly an all-star out there, Yeah, Jamal's my age. No, he's younger, actually. He's actually a little bit younger, but not much.
The sad thing is,
he's your age.
in
There we
order
go.
to trade for Brooks,
Yeah.
probably have to give up Williams. And that's...
How embarrassing would that be? A 25th pick for a second in the same draft. Okay, I didn't say that. Oh my God, I did not just say that. Wouldn't that be awful? That'd be bullshit. Okay, excuse me. I don't know if they heard that. Yeah, Derek Williams has been all over the trade block with the Wolves, and it seems like we can't get anything for him now. What the heck? Is he that bad? You think Derek Williams is that bad? That
No.
It's like, I think people are being a little bit too hard on us with Derek.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're not giving you no second round pick. Forget it. Get our second overall pick. Get out of here. And then what was the other? Oh yeah, for Batum and all that. It seems like they don't want to even do a Derek Williams for Batum type deal, which I think is a little bit crazy. Is Batum so good that they wouldn't take Derek Williams? I guess. I don't know about that. Do you think Derek Williams could still be a good player in this league?
No.
Oh, you're not too optimistic about Derek, are you?
Well, he needs to lose weight.
Supposedly he has. He's not enough yet, but he's lost
I've heard
some.
about that too, yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard about that. But unlike the lockout, we can't see how that actually, I haven't seen any pictures or seen him play.
Yeah, there's been no video or of any kind at this point.
Well, we can't see what losing weight is absolutely nothing.
Oh, my goodness. Kendrick, right? Yep,
Yeah.
Kendrick. Oh,
Yeah.
of course. What am I saying? I'm not Sam Perkins, but... Yeah, it didn't... Sam Perkins. Eric Perkins bid almost nothing in the finals, did he? Or the whole postseason. Did I call him Eric? Kendrick Perkins? Excuse me. Yeah, he did almost nothing. Yep. This has been it's another dramatic offseason for the Wolves. Though I'm really enjoying the Brandon Roy move. He really wants to stay here for a long time. He's moving his family here. So he's serious about not just coming back, but staying back. And staying back here. That's kind of cool, huh?
Yeah.
He wants his kids to see a white Christmas. It's kind of funny, huh? Because you weren't going to get that in Golden State. That was the other number one, Yeah, I would choose here over Golden State.
Yeah, and this isn't a frozen north.
No, that's foolish. It was like 100 degrees all week last week. Yeah, I was helping my co-host move last week, and I lost about 10 pounds. And I'm dead serious when I tell you that. That's how hot it was here. Hot. I lost about 10 pounds. I think part of it's from, my other job working outside as well in the same heat, but it's it's been very, very, very warm here. It can get very warm in the summer here in Minnesota, despite what some of you people out there want to assume. And last winter was warm as also. So hopefully they get a white Christmas without 40 below, and because I kind of think 40 below is just an exaggeration where you have a Arctic blast here and there. Maybe that lasts about 2 days. That's all 40 below really is anyway. But, yep, Kevin Love, and that's another thing that could keep bouncing around again. The whole Kevin Love, Rick Edelman, they're impatient. Yeah already.
Love should have just kept his mouth shut. Because now you're going to get the feeling every time the Wolves lose, you got to look at Kevin Love's face.
Here we go
what's
again.
He thinking? Is he going to leave? Is he going to want to, demand a trade? It's like not... Yeah, because he should have kept his mouth shut. Now, every loss is going to be like, all right, well, let's see what we can get for him.
Let's see what we can get for him.
His face is not happy.
Uh-oh.
Sorry to losing. Sorry to lose,
Yeah, the pressure's on again. It's like, why do you got to do this to us?
Yeah, because if you're in the NBA,
Ugh.
I mean, you don't want to lose anyway.
No.
So there's no point. Yeah, again, there's no point in saying what you said.
It's just, it was 2 years of, like, I remember, a couple, what was it, that whole thing with the U.S. team respects him more than the Wolves, and I came on the air. This was it like episode 60? Yeah, it was. When I said, shut up, Kevin, I said something along that line, where he's always two-faced. He was always two-faced, where, everything's ironed out between me and the coach and all the people here, everything's cool, we'll be okay, and then a couple weeks later, He says the total opposite, and I went crazy. I was all pissed off about it. And then the last 2 years, he started playing like crazy, got way better. Wasn't saying, maybe little teeny things here and there, but really wasn't saying stuff like this. And now he's back at it again. And this after, a kind of season where you could see dramatic improvement, and but then you had major, massive injuries to key players like himself and Rubio. I mean, you can't expect the team to win like 50 games with that type of situation.
Yeah.
I mean, and then not only does Rubio have the ACL issue, which was just the most biggest bummer ever. Then Luke Ridnour has about as bad an ankle injury as you're going to have. So that went totally out the window. And then you bring in the ball hog of point guards. Let him start because you have no other options. You're not going to win games with J.J. Barea starting for your team and Kevin Love being out. You're not going to win. So it's like you can't expect that.
Yeah.
That's not David Kahn's fault that Rubio tore his ACL.
Yeah.
As much as you like him or don't like him, it's not his fault. But Joy, you're talking too much. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I mean, how do you? Yeah, Kevin Love. Is he wearing you out?
He is. Just like Randolph, Randolph had a lot of potential.
Anthony?
Like that season where Love got injured and Randolph got a lot of playing time. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like Love who?
Yeah.
Randolph was doing a lot.
Mm-hmm. Garnett range. He had put him up some numbers.
Yeah. And now it might be okay. Love's complaining, like a little baby. Let's see what Williams can do.
Oh, that's the other guy. Obviously, yeah.
So it's kind of like we can't trade him now because Love's saying all this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't it suck?
It'd be better if we can get Williams a time at a small forward, if possible.
Mm-hmm.
He can still get a decent amount of playing time because Love will be at center sometimes, and Williams come in at power forward.
That's very doable
on the floor, and Williams is back to small forward.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's an idea for your backup center possibility. It could be Love in a sense. As weird as that is.
Yeah, but I think we definitely need a shot blocking center. Well, we could have grabbed Camby.
Who's that?
Marcus
Camby. Yeah. Yeah, he's either going to New York or what was the other one? The Heat, I think. Yeah, the Heat. But it sounds like the Knicks are going to win, which is funny. That's just where his career started. No, his career started in Toronto. Excuse me. Started in Toronto, but he didn't play there at all. That's crazy that I remember that. But
it's going to the Knicks.
I like Camby, but he's like 36, 37, though. That's the problem. He's way up there.
Yeah, I think, but the way Love goes down, he would have played against. Most of his minutes would have gone against the Lakers.
What's that? Oh, who's?
Camby.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. Where it's like it wouldn't have been. You don't have to play Camby like an outrageous amount of time anymore, anyway. So he's not at the Juwan Howard range yet, which is good. But at the same time, you don't have to full-time start him anymore either. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about his ceramic ways. Where, he blocked the shot and broke his wrist. Damn it. Come on, Marcus Camby, let's go. Come on, Camby.
Ceramic ways.
Yeah, you like that line? Oh. He blocked a shot and it's another hairline fracture. Come on, man. No. Stop blocking shots. Okay, sorry. Oh, boy. Excuse me. It's, if Love would just, that's a goofy picture there. Yeah, there's always these funny pictures all over message boards and stuff. Not Eddie. Blake Griffin pointing at Kevin Love and it says, he mad. You gotta like that. I'm not sure what's going to happen with all that. We just had to give Kevin Love it was max salary, but not max commitment, year-wise. We just had to do that, didn't we? Come on, Con. I really wish the Wolves just gave him 5 years and didn't do that player option crap. Dang it. Because it just makes you kind of it makes you toss and turn a little bit. Because to me, Love absolutely is a franchise player, even though his attitude isn't franchise right now. It's kind of Dwight level. But I'm so frustrated with that.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gives in I don't know if it's Team USA. Well, he actually did say it's because of Team USA and he has nothing to talk about.
That could be, because, last time he was playing for that team, that's when he last did this.
Yeah, so he's whining.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to talk about when they're in the group. I can't, I can't join in on what they're saying. I can't even sit at their table, Yeah, it seems like he's just whining about it. It's like he sat there and thought, I'm sure he's been frustrated. A lot of, any player when they lose, they're frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
But he's so sitting there, and you know what? I'm sick of this. Go to reporters. I want to win now.
I want to win now. I want to be a starter like years ago. Yep.
Yeah, I think I was just whining.
I hope that's all it is. Maybe he just wants attention right now, kind of like that little kid that can't seem to handle that. Mommy and Daddy are busy right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mommy and Dad are busy, Kevin. Now, come on, now, just.
Yeah, now it's like every game, the Wolves lose or there's a bad season, kind of gets feeling, okay, he's not happy, he wants to leave.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, no, it's always, that thought's going to always be in fans' minds. Like, okay, has he had enough yet? We lost again. Has he had enough?
Yep, that's the thing. We're going to be sweating out every time we have a subpar game. We have to sweat this out.
Yeah.
Because, not only was it a 4-year deal, it's a 3-year deal because there's 4th year's a player option. Yeah. It's a 3-year deal. I don't care if he's making $20 million a year. He'd have to be injured to opt in, I think. That sucks.
And if Williams does really well, that's kind of like, okay, you want to be a baby about this? We're doing good.
Yeah.
But
we're winning.
We can still do good without you, and we can trade you and get more pieces and do better.
Mm-hmm. And if it comes to it, who knows? Maybe that could happen.
Yeah.
It'd be unfortunate, but it's possible. It's possible. You never know. Maybe you get something even better than Love someday, if it came to it. Like Bynum. Okay, sorry. Maybe if Bynum really blows up, but who knows with that guy? You talk about loose cannons.
Yeah, because you would think the Lakers would do that. Because by that time, Kobe will really be on decline. Nash, too.
Love likes L.A. Love's from L.A.
So L.A. for Bynum, sign and trade.
Mm-hmm. And we know that Bynum could play anywhere, so says him.
Yeah, so if we get Bynum and Peck up front, Williams, since he'll be better, cover what Love's doing.
Well, there you go. Yeah, that's the thing. If Williams blew up, you never know. That could be insurance if he were to blow up. Because right now, that's the thing. As much as it sounds like they want to trade Williams and use him as a quote-unquote chip, the market is lower. They just don't seem to see any value in him right now. So in a lot of ways, the trading of Derek Williams could be a disaster right now. Because what if he does still turn out to be a really good player?
Yeah, but plus I think with what Love's saying, we probably can't now.
Yeah.
For insurance.
Yep, because if he does blow up, or maybe not blow up, but that might be a little bit too strong. But if he does show some definite signs of improvement, and maybe you never know. He could be at least some type of insurance to say, hey, if we have to trade Kevin, at least we have, Kevin, at least we have Derek. So the possibility does still slightly exist. And no, we're not saying we're on the verge of trading Kevin Love. We're not asking him to be traded. He's the one kind of stirring the pot here a little bit too much right now. Hopefully this blows over and we can move on to bigger and better things with the Wolves. I really hope so. But we'll see. Yeah, because, Derek Williams obviously selling. We're selling low. If we got the number 2 pick for him, that's not selling low. That's at minimum breaking even. And if that Beal guy at shooting guard were to blow up, then we'd be coming way ahead. But we'll never know. Well, actually, we'll never know in the end because that didn't happen. Just didn't happen. Maybe Beal will blow up, and he didn't even go number 2 overall, which is funny. Oh, boy. It's a very this is a very it's a very easy show to do, isn't it? Because there's so much material.
Yeah.
There's so much material. We could do on for like 3 hours here easily, couldn't we? Well, maybe. we'd probably run out of energy eventually. But maybe I shouldn't say that. Okay, we could go on for 5 hours and then run out of energy, not 3. But it's gonna be. It's really, this is a novel. We're only on chapter 2 right now. We're only on chapter 2. We've got about 8 more chapters here. When it comes to how this off season and the future off seasons, within the next 2 to 3 years pan out, because it's gonna get.
Next 2 or 3 days will give us a big.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're almost at the 11th.
Will give us a hint of what's going to happen.
Yeah, because the 11th is Wednesday. Yeah. That's when the window really opens. Like the negotiation starts on the 1st, then the true window opens on the 11th. The offer sheet will probably be signed on Wednesday. Hopefully. And then the Blazers will have until Saturday to match for Nic Batum. Yes. Oh boy. So with that,
it looks like, I don't know if there's any way. Not so sure about Cap's place, but getting Batum and Iguodala.
You want Iguodala? Let's look at you. Well,
because
I think that's.
I don't know if I can.
I don't think we can do it. No, I don't think we can do it. I think the space would be obviously too small and too similar. Small forward. That's a lot. That would be a lot of money for 2 guys that play the same spot.
I don't know if.
Iguodala is expensive.
If we'll force Iguodala to play a shooting guard.
Oh, there's that too.
How we tend to do it.
There's that too. But I mean, yeah, we keep doing that. That's the thing. And then if they're playing out of position, you don't get your value. Yes.
Well, defensively it'll work.
Defensively, it'd be kick-ass. Yeah, I think it'd be kick-ass defense. That'd be the good part. We could use a little kick-ass defense around here.
Yeah.
Batum's defense is okay, but not great. That's the thing. He might be like an athletic Wally Zerbiak, really, when you think about it, in his own way. Where his defense isn't that great, but his athleticism is. Batum. Yeah, you like that, huh? He's a. I mean, you keep hearing his name getting brought up. Then that whole. Supposedly, he was one of the guys we were trying. Oh, yeah, obviously, he was one of the guys we were trying to get when we wound up with Martell. We keep hearing Martell's name getting in the same sentence as Iguodala and Batum. Like, think about that. Andre Iguodala offered to the Wolves for Martell Webster, and we turned him down because we didn't want the contract. Ugh, disgusting, isn't it? And then Webster was a disaster. And then supposedly it was, Batum. We were trying to get Batum, and the Blazers says no, Webster, and all that. And then, of course, we find out why, because Webster had a bad back all along, I guess. Yeah. And then the Wolves get all pissed off, try to file a grievance. Yeah, one of those deals. Luckily, Babbitt hasn't blown up yet, though he did have a pretty good game against us.
He was another guy who
Babbitt,
actually wants to see what he would do.
Babbitt, yeah, the sharpshooter that we got for Webster, or we drafted and traded for Webster. Yep. In the end, I think it's probably a push because Webster stinks, and Babbitt pretty much never saw the floor much until all of a sudden he did play in one of the games against us and actually shot really good. Funny. We'll see how that winds up.
Yeah, but I think Mayo or Lee, they will come here. I mean, any shooting guard will want to come here. It's like, okay, you're a starter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you will start, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Lee, Mayo, yeah, absolutely.
You don't have to worry about it. Rory might get a couple minutes here and there, but you're the starter.
Yeah, because Roy's not going to get 35 minutes, unless it's Game 7 of the finals, maybe, and he's playing out of his mind.
Yeah.
Then he'll play 35, because he wants that ring,
Yeah, he's playing the hot hand.
Mm-hmm. That's the only way. It would have to be a Game 7, like, we're going to win this thing, dang it,
Yeah, keep him in the game.
Mm-hmm. 5 of 7 from three-point range or something at the time. Like, yep, here we go. No, let him hoist those threes up like Ray Allen in the 08 finals. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ray Allen.
Joey, why'd you have to bring that up? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Yep, feeling the heat. Or, yes, the heat's feeling him, I guess. He's heating up, Marcus. He's heating up. Yes. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, man. With that, though, we are going to look to close this show. It's been a very, very good one. Yeah, actually a little bit longer than I initially expected, but it's about as long as we've been doing them lately anyway, so it's okay. There's so much to talk about. It probably would have been shorter if the Kevin Love thing didn't just come up just now, pretty much. And of course, we added in the amazing Brandon Rush rumor. Oh my goodness, Brandon Rush. The rush is on. Yes. Oh, the rush is on. And the heat is on for Rayon, like I was already saying. Okay, enough of that. Timberwolves Explosion, once again, available on the sportstuff.com and on iTunes. Always appreciate your listenership. We would appreciate also if you would join the message boards on the sportstuff.com. Do click on the button that says TSS Boards. That's right, TSS Boards. Just get a simple screen name, get on there. Start posting in the NBA section, talk basketball with some great people. Rusty and PMAC, notably, they do a show called The Crossover Podcast. They just released a show just the other day. Very, very cool show talking about the off-season as well. So, yeah, we're not rivals. We're friends. We're all on the sportstuff.com. They're the other basketball duo. They cover the New Jersey Nets. Brooklyn Nets. I'm never going to get that right. And the New York Knicks. We, of course, cover the Timberwolves here, as you know. Two great duos on the sportstuff.com that talk basketball. The more the merrier. Do check it out. Yes. So with that, otherwise, Timberwolves Explosion. You got twitter.com/Wolves Explosion. And then on the Facebook group, I got to stop saying by the way. The Facebook page. Go on Facebook, go into the search bar, type in Timberwolves Explosion, and then click on the one that says company, not group. Company, not group. The phone line is 209-736-7877, 209-736-7877. It is a voicemail. Do treat it as such. Simply call in via your cell phone, your Skype account, whatever it is. It's actually a Skype number. So, as mentioned, do treat it as a voicemail, which means mention which show you're calling in for, which is Timberwolves Explosion. Shout out, question, comment, whatever it is. We want some callers into the show, please. Please, somebody call in. We're dying over here. Call in to us, talk to us. And, of course, the Facebook page and Twitter accounts are other ways to get in contact with us on or off air. Very, very cool stuff indeed. It has been a good one, Mr. Forecaster. It has been a good one.
It has.
It has. And there is some optimism with the Wolves. But there's also a little bit of, we got to take our Zantac sometimes, a little heartburn.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about.
There's always a lot to talk about, isn't there?
Yeah.
And it's fun. It's fun. Sometimes
it's going to be more every day.
Huh?
It's going to be more to talk about every day.
That's the good part. There's a good chance we're going to be back on here fairly soon, I think. Especially the Batum stuff and all that. I mean, there's going to be more coming. But at least we have Brandon Roy in the mix. That's cool. Buttinger, we'll see. I mean, I don't think he's going to necessarily blow up, but maybe he'll be better than we initially thought. We'll see. He's wearing number 10. A little bit of Wally magic. Yes. So, we'll see. I mean, I hope Buttinger ends up being better than we thought. We'll see. As of right now, he's a 9 to 10 points a game. Good shooter with a little teeny bit of athleticism. We'll see. And yes, he's with Adelman, not McHale. There you go. We'll see what happens with that. So, like I said, we might be back fairly soon with some more stuff to talk about. Until then, do take care.